Subclass, Beastmaster. I will say I'm very curious what this one's going to be. I'm curious because Beastmaster's one that I've been curious on what they're going to do. Primal Companion returns from Tasha's, which was well received. Exceptional training now allows you to command your beast to use its bonus action to take the dash, disengage, dodge, or help. And the beast's attack ignores damage resistance. Bestial Fury now allows your beast to benefit from your Hunter's Mark. I should have not closed my Tasha's book. Apparently. Alright. Oh, here it is. Alright. Primal Companion. You magically summon a primal beast which draws strength from your bond with nature. Beast is friendly to you, and your companion obeys your commands. Choose its stat block, beast of land, beast of the sea, beast of the sky, which uses your proficiency bonus in several places. Also determine the kind of animal the beast is, choosing the kind appropriate for the stat block. Whatever kind you choose, the beast bears primal markings, indicating its supernatural origin. Combat beast acts during your turn, can move and use its reactions on its own. Only action it takes is the dodge action, unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take a different action. Okay. That action can be one in its stat block or some other action. You can also sacrifice one of your attack when you take the attack action to command the beast to take the attack action. If the incapacitated condition, the beast can take any action of his choice, not just dodge. If the beast has died within the last hour, you can use your action to dodge it and expend a spell slot. First level or higher, returns to life after a minute with all of its hit points restored. If you finish a long rest, summon a different primal beast. New beast appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. Choose its stat block and appearance. If you already have a beast from this feature, it vanishes when the new beast appears. It vanishes if you die. So they've pretty much, from what I can read here, although I will say I find it weird that you can use this first level spell slot to return it to life, but you can't use a first level spell slot to, well, although it has to have died in the last hour. Does that mean that at a certain point in time it is literally just better to kill your beast? Like, think about that for a second. It has a single hit point. Isn't it better at that point to just like kill it? Go like, just die. Just like stab it a couple more times. Wait an hour. Just take a short rest. Take a first level spell slot. Yo. Technically it has hit dice, but you know. Now it has everything. Just, I don't know, weird thought, I guess. I do remember being pretty happy about this. I do remember, like, they ended up using, like, the bonus action. Like, bonus action on your turn to command it to take a different action. The only problem that this is always going to have is it is very likely going to force you to put up your hunter's mark before you can have your beast attack. And to be fair, it does go into like the dodge action while you do that, and it can already move closer towards your enemy. But if you want a hunter's mark, you have to give up an attack of your beastie, which hunter's mark is a d6 per attack. I don't know if any of these creatures really deal that kind of damage. Is there Oh, here, action mole. 1d8 plus 2 plus PB. When he strike, when he's, yeah, see, like, unless it gets multi-attack at a higher level, which it might. Yeah, other than that. Exceptional trainer. When you use your bonus action to command your primal companion beast to take an action, you can also command it to take the dash, disengage, dodge, or help action as a bonus action. That's pretty decent. In addition, whenever the beast hits with an attack and deals damage, it can deal your choice of force damage or normal damage type, so it can deal magical damage. Woo. Bestial Fury, when you command your primal companion beast to take the attack action, it can make 2 attacks. Oh, from 11th level it can make 2 attacks. Sure. In addition, the first time each turn it hits a creature under the effect of your hunter's mark, beast deals extra force damage equal to the bonus damage of that spell. Sure. Share spells. After you cast a spell targeting yourself, it can also affect your primal companion. So if you heal yourself, you can heal your buddy. I mean, this isn't necessarily better. Like, it's not necessarily the greatest subclass. I think it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely better than the train wreck that the original was. But then again, this is a subclass that has been written from years of experience and looking at what works in terms of summoning. So you can't really say that this is like One D&D stuff. This is just the Tasha's changes that they finally implemented into the player's handbook. Are they good? Yes. You're still gonna have to pick between Hunter's Mark. You're still gonna have to pick between Hunter's Mark and attacking with your beast, which is a choice that you're gonna have to make. Which makes sense, to be fair. I've played with the original like revised Ranger from Unearthed Arcana for a while. And that one was relatively broken because you could get very powerful creatures that really at a certain point in time when you looked at it, it wasn't okay. They got I remember my players, pretty much it was broken. Beastmaster in the revised Ranger was broken. It was really that simple. So I think they overtuned it there, and then they kind of got it right here. So I think this is fine. I think I would have liked Bestial Fury and Exceptional Training to switch places, though. Like having 2 attacks at 11 and then dash, disengage, dodge, help is bonus action. Maybe, I don't know if this is necessarily better though. It might be. I think it's a small one. But yeah. Gloomstalker. I mean, let's be honest. Really good subclass. Dread Ambusher now allows the Ranger to deal extra damage more often than only during the first round of combat and includes the Frightened condition. Excuse me. Increases your Dark Vision by 60 instead of 30. Starker's Flurry has been redesigned to enhance the Frightened effect. Shadowy Dodge now allows you to teleport immediately after the attack misses. Feature even works against an attack that has advantage. Okay. Xanathar. Ranger. Hold up. Gloomstalker. So disguise self, rope trick, fear, greater invisibility, and seeming. So that really stayed the same. I am so afraid for when Sequita gets this. God, please no. Although technically, does she really need it? You already have it. Ambusher's Leap. At the start of the first turn of each combat, speed increases by 10 feet until the end of that turn. Sure. Roll initiative, add your wisdom modifier to the initiative, so that's also a thing. Once per turn, when you attack a creature and hit it with a weapon, you can deal an extra 1d8 psychic damage to the target and force it to make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On the failed save, it has the frightened condition until the start of your next turn. You can use this benefit a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So... they got rid of the additional attack. Huh. That's huge. Like, don't get me wrong, the frighten isn't bad. But if you have 2 or 3 initiatives, because wisdom's not your main focus, low level. Dex is, right? So let's say you have 14, maybe 16 wisdom. You get 3 of these. So that means if you roll initiative 3 times, you've had the 1d8 additional psychic damage 3 times. Just maybe you don't get to pick the targets as much. But you missed out on 3 attacks, which usually with like a ranger probably or with a longbow probably deal a d8, which by the way, you can also use your bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on for a d6. So this is a decent like damage nerf. Like, yeah. No offense. This is a damage nerf. You don't get your additional attack at the first round anymore. So yeah. And this, I don't think makes... It gives them the frightened condition, to be fair, which is okay. The problem with the frightened condition, may I add, is that the problem with the frightened condition, may I add, is that, you know, they need to see you in order for this to fucking matter. And this makes you invisible. So, I am wondering if have I been playing Umbral's Side? No, we haven't. We've been playing with Darkness, right? We've been playing with Darkness, not with Dim Light, I'm pretty sure. We've been playing with Darkness. Yeah, no. I was like wondering, have we been playing with Darkness or with Dim Light? But Sequitur usually is in Darkness, not in Dim Light. But like, yeah, isn't that the whole point? Like, Frighten doesn't Frighten not work when they can't see the target they're afraid of? So, you know, whole point is kind of gone. But hey, personal opinion. Again, dark vision out of range to 60 feet. You already have it, then increase it by 60 feet, which is better. Adept at evading creatures that rely on dark vision while entirely in darkness in the invisible condition. Any creature that relies on dark vision to see you in that darkness. And the people that don't have dark vision don't see you anyway because you're in darkness. Sure. Iron Mind, you've honed your ability to resist the mind-altering powers of your prey, gain proficiency in wisdom saving throws. If you already have it, you get an intelligence or charisma instead. Sure. I mean, that's still the same if I'm not mistaken. Stalker's Flurry. Whenever you use the frightened effect of your Dread Ambusher feature, you can make another weapon attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target and is within the weapon's range. Okay. Mass fear. Each creature within 10 feet of the target must make. So they've pretty much come out and said you now have a feature that works on your frightened effect. Original Stalker's Flurry was pretty much when you miss with a weapon attack, you can make another weapon attack. So you have less. You pretty much get advantage, like quote unquote, on your attack rolls. I mean, this isn't bad, again. Like... But this is assuming that you're stalking multiple creatures. If this is, like, against creatures that are kind of spread out, this is useless. If you're in a 1v5, this is useless. Like... And I still don't get the reason that you would want to frighten characters with a character that becomes invisible. I don't know. Frighten... I think... Because frighten literally says that, doesn't it? Doesn't frighten literally say... Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. So unless they got rid of the source of its fear, it's still useless. But we'll see, I guess. Shadowy dodge, 15. You can dodge with wisps of supernatural shadow around you. When a creature makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on that roll. Attack then misses, you can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Okay. Alright. So the teleport got added, pretty much. Sure. I mean, Gloomstalker, I think, is still one of the best subclasses, although I do think that, like, Beast has caught up, and I seem to remember Hunter had some broken shit on it, so I think it's good. It's still a really good subclass, and to be fair, if you have someone like Liam playing it, Liam plays this to bloody perfection. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of biased. I think it's really good. You just have a little bit of a damage nerf that happens due to them not getting the extra attack. You just get a little bit more burst damage with Frighten, I guess. Although I'm still wondering if the Frighten condition is going to matter. But yeah. Alright. Hunter. Hunter's Prey now contains the 3 feature options that had been appeared in 2014. Giant Killer's been renamed to Retaliator, now works against attackers of any size. Let me, in the meantime, do this and set up Hunter again. Hunter's lore has moved from 6th to 3rd, defensive tactics, but it contains evasion and uncanny dodge from superior Hunter's defense. It also includes a new option, Hunter's Leap. Feedback on the 2014 Hunter strongly preferred the options in superior Hunter's defense over the one in defensive tactics. Wait. Oh, defensive tactics versus what I would then assume is superior Hunter's defense was was that okay. Was the can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against yourself and redirect the other half of the damage to one creature that you can see within 5 feet of yourself. Sure. Okay, Superior Hunter's Prey replaces multi-attack and lets you choose another option from Hunter's Prey. Now lets you choose another option from defensive tactics. Okay, hold on. So Hunter's Prey. You get Colossus Slayer. You hit a creature with a weapon. The weapon deals an extra 1d8 damage to the target if it is missing any of its hit points. Sure. Can only deal this once per turn. Pretty sure that's the old version, right? Giant Killer, so we have Horde Breaker first. Once on each of your turns, when you make an attack with a weapon, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target. And within range of your weapon, of course. And you have an attack this turn. Sure. Retaliator, immediately after a creature within 5 feet of you attacks you, you can use your reaction to make one attack with a weapon against that creature whether or not it hit you. Which used to be when a large or larger creature does it. Now it's just a creature. Which is why it was probably renamed from Giant Killer to Retaliator, which makes sense. But then if we go to Hunter's Prey, Hunter's Prey just forced you to pick Colossus Slayer. Okay. Sure. Then you can now call on the forces of nature to reveal your certain strengths and weaknesses of your prey. While a creature is marked by a Hunter's Mark, you know whether a creature has any damage or condition immunities, damage resistances, damage vulnerabilities, and if the creature has any, you know what they are. Which apparently used to be the 6 here? Yeah, okay, so that got added. Then defensive tactics, evasion, Hunter's Leap, and uncanny dodge. Huh. Nice. So then I'm assuming this is actually evasion, actually uncanny dodge. And then Hunter's Leap, if an enemy you can see. Yeah, okay. You can use your reaction to move up to half your speed without provoking attacks of opportunity. So these are actual like defensive options and you can pick one of them. You want to be good at dex saves? Do you want to be good at... Do you want to run away from anything in melee? Or do you want to take half damage from attack rolls once per round? That's a tough fucking pick though. How do you pick that? How do you pick which one to take on 7? How do you pick this is just like a personal preference thing, right? Right? I think for melee, you're probably gonna go more towards uncanny dodge. Range, maybe more towards Hunter's Leap, because you want to be out of their range so that you can, like, you know, shoot them. But even then, evasion, if you're in a magey campaign, I guess? I don't know. This is a tough one. I don't know which one you'd have to pick here. I don't know how you'd pick that. Superior Hunter's Prey. Oh, right, and then 11 and 15 is you get another pick, you get another pick. Okay. Because it used to be you get to cast, like, Barrage or something like that, right? Conjure Barrage. Yeah. Okay. Wow, they did really well with this. Hunter's really good, I think. I think it already was pretty good, but now I think it's gotten better. Yeah. Now this at least becomes like a subclass with some meat to it. Like, not just like the base subclass that you always, like, the easy choice, the same way that, like, champion is for fighter, you know? Yeah. I think this is decent. Okay. I think that gets us through Ranger.